What's up, everyone? It's your futuristic Dragon Ball Z fighter Chrome, and I don't feel too good. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Right now, I'm just editing my what's the name? My thingy, the stream. I'm kind of editing it at the moment. All right. When there's enough people in here, I guess I'm just gonna basically just let y'all know why I'm not feeling too good. You know what I mean? So, and thanks for the like. All right, so at the moment, I'm gonna be finding because right now I'm gonna try to be doing my poems on Wattpad and stuff like that. So for now, you're gonna have to wait a minute up until I get back. It's not gonna take any more than a minute or two, so I'll be right back. Because I'm gonna be on Wattpad on my computer, so I'm gonna need the phone in order for me to check out the stream and stuff. Hold up. Darn it. There it is. See if you still work. Great. All right. Okay. Hmm. All right. Hang on. right, so let me get my link on here for a second. Um, I'm not feeling like I'm not feeling good, man. It really sucks. I'm telling you. All right. Hmm. All right. So here's the reason why I don't know, depressed. Because for the past 2 days, I haven't been feeling like myself. And like, when I say I haven't been feeling like myself, that means I'm not like, I don't know, happy or cheerful or just ready to make my YouTube, like my reactions and stuff like that. And the reason why, like, the reason for that is the reason for that is because I'm just going through a lot of stuff. I'm just thinking, I'm just thinking about a lot of stuff. So, you know, I don't even, I don't, I can't even put this into words, but I'm going to do my best. Like yesterday in school, I nearly broke down in tears because I was just thinking about a lot of stuff that affected me, just thinking about life events and all that stuff. So, you know, like life is just a. I'm sorry for being silent. I just had to put a link in my Discord server for a second. Um, see what I've been going through for the past 2 days. Basically, I've been um I've been thinking about myself and my family a lot. And in school, I've been going through stuff for I don't even know. It's been going on since I've been in school, really. And all of the hatred for myself and my low self esteem, and basically just how serious I am, came from school, basically, with a little bit of personal stuff at home on the side, but not much at home. Like my house has always been my house has been good, I guess, but but like basically when I was like the night before last, I was um writing lyrics, and I'm gonna put the link to those lyrics down there. So I'm just gonna put the link to those lyrics, and you'll see why I wrote them. And when you see it though, I do hope like you kind of understand where I'm coming from with that, because I mean a lot. Like I do mean a lot when I write stuff like this. So here's the link. Um, like I haven't been feeling too good about anything. You get what I mean? All right, there goes the lyrics. So um, I don't even know. I guess I could say that's those lyrics and possibly a lot more than just that. Um, and like yesterday, like I don't know if you could even comprehend what I was feeling. Like yesterday, I felt like I wanted to just completely break down in tears and everything. Like I woke up in the morning. I woke up in the morning, and I walked out my door, and the next thing you know, I wasn't feeling too good. Like I had a bad vibe, you know. And then what was wrong was I hate yawning. No, I'm not crying by the way. I'm just yawning because my eyes get really watery when I yawn. So yeah, you would know if I'm crying. My voice would be cracking right now. But yeah, I walked out my door. I wasn't feeling too good about anything at the moment, and I don't know. I walked out my door. I wasn't feeling right, and then the closer I got to my school, because I have to take a bus ride, um, like a like almost a 30-minute bus ride, and then I have to wait for the train, and then wait in the train, and then proceed, and then that's where I'm walking to school after that. So the closer I got to my school, I did not like. I was not feeling it. Like I was not. Like it was just like, no, you are not. It was just like something that was gnawing, like just really gnawing at me, you know. And that feeling hurt. And then I was still like, and then just beforehand, me and my twin brother were talking about life stuff. So that really, we were really like passionate about the conversation that um like my twin brother and I, my twin brother, he has a YouTube channel. called Scarlet Speed Force. So go ahead and check them out whenever you get the chance. So what I was feeling was guilt, hate, sadness, just everything. You know what I mean? And filming all that, plus some more, it really put a lot of pressure on my mind and um all that stuff. So and then when I got into the school, I was in my classroom and I felt like I was gonna just literally break down in tears. Like I was just gonna start crying on the spot. Like I was gonna start crying on the spot, and I walked around my classroom for 3 straight minutes. I couldn't sit down, and then when I did finally have the chance to sit down, my legs were shaking. Like I felt like I had a lot of adrenaline pumping, and I was just trying to keep myself calm. Nobody noticed, um, and it's always been like that for the year, though. You know what I mean? Like everybody, I'm just streaming, and all right. All right, I'll be back. I gotta make a video, so um, I guess I'll be back. I guess I'll be streaming in a bit. I gotta, I kind of owe y'all some reactions and some good videos. So, okay, man. Um, some of the time, yeah. Other times, I'm just doing stuff. I'm just chilling, you know. So, you know, and for the day, I like, all right. I'm gonna try to find some way to explain this. All right, how are we gonna do it? All right, I have a lot of adrenaline pumping through me. Then I had to calm myself down a bit. Um, I did not feel like listening to music, and music like is usually what like keeps me chill because I love music and I like listening to like I don't know, just some music that will keep me moving, but at the same time will just keep me calm and like it calmed down over time. But then around seventh period, like um like my seventh class of the day, like one of the last classes of the day, I wasn't like the feeling popped back up, like just remembering everything, just remembering the feeling of everything. It just freaking, you know, hurt. And when you just, most of the time, you just think about stuff, like when I get into a mode like that, it's just, I technically don't really know how to explain it other than to say that when you feel a certain way, I guess it sticks, it lingers, and depending on how severe it is, or depending on depending on how strong the feeling is, and how it's going to impact you. in a certain way, and I had a negative, like I felt something negative, something that I haven't felt in a while, but at the same time, it's so overwhelming that it's hard to kind of understand for me because it's just like, and then it seemed like every time I try to make good things happen, it completely goes downhill. But if I try, like bad things happen, I'm expecting something bad, good stuff comes out of it. So I have to learn how to level my expectations because I don't like try to expect too much stuff, but it's just like so much like it's just like I want to be able to, I don't know, do things. I want to be able to I'm trying to, all right, there's got to be some way I can explain this. Um all right. Come on. All right. All right. All right. So, but man, I can't remember what what I was just now saying. So I'm just gonna try to I guess bring it back up. Wait a minute. Hmm. All right. So back to what I was talking about. Yeah, and then it was just like there was somebody that just really made me mad, like really ticked off, and like first of all, what made everything hilarious was, all right, what made everything so freaking hilarious is that at the end of the day, what what pops up is I'm not gonna get into the details of what happened like too much, but all I'm just gonna say is um this girl got mad at me because I said something, but at first I was respectful and she didn't take that lightly, so I just got disrespectful easily, and then she got mad and walked out the classroom, and that was like a week before this week. And so yesterday she came to me with her yearbook, right? Asking people to sign it. And when she came over to my area, I was instantly just like, it was almost like an instant light switch, just because I noticed she ignored me for the past week. So it was just like, no, I'm not out of over here sign. Like I got really rude quickly. You'll see why in a minute. Um, I just got really rude and said, no, I'm not gonna sign your yearbook. You spent like what, like an entire week ignoring me? Like I might as well just, no, I'm not signing you. I'm not signing your yearbook. Get on out of here. That's literally what I said. I got really rude. And then that's when she said that wasn't the reason. And then I'm like, then why did you get mad at me? And then that's when she told, like, kind of gave me a hint as to why she was. And I'm like, oh, you talking about that time? That's when I went about it casually when I said that, like, you mean that time? And then that's when what's the name? And then that's when the teacher came by, and I don't know what the heck was going on. So so then that's when they kind of like escalated, and then that's when she was like, "What happened?" And then talking about what happened, and then um and then she was just like, the teacher was like, "Say sorry," and then I did not. I was like, "I'm just not gonna apologize," but then it was just like, and it was just because I already had an attitude on top of that. So I was like, if it makes you happy, I'm sorry. Are you happy now? Because I already had an attitude beforehand. And it's like, you spent a week, one freaking week, ignoring me. And I don't know why. And beforehand, a couple days I was asking you, you sat there like talking about, and like just talking about the girl, by the way. She just sat there when I first asked her, why are you ignoring me? And then she was like, and the thing was, when I was joking with her at first, I used to joke on her a little bit, and she acting like she can't take me joking on her. Like, it's not like I sat there publicly humiliating her while roasting her or whatever, but I was roasting her a little bit, but like not enough to where somebody should get offended. But like I wasn't trying to do it to offend anybody, because I'm not the type of person who'll sit there and offend you. I'm the type of person who's going to try to joke with you, make you feel better. I'm the type of guy who wants to make people laugh, who wants to help people when they really, really need it. Like, this is why I'm so depressed all the time, because knowing that I have the power to help people, but knowing that I can't, knowing that people are going to do nothing but criticize. And then when it comes to school, you get suspended for that bull crap. And then if you talk back with them in high school, you get suspended. You get written up. You got parents come down to the school. So type of bull are y'all on? Y'all over here, y'all the ones telling us freaking stand up for what's right, stand up for others who are bullied. But guess what? When I do try to do it, y'all say it's none of your darn business. Y'all have to back off. So you know what? It's good, because every school, in my opinion, is a they contradict themselves so hard. It's like there are certain rules, and then it's like some of those rules that they've established we cannot follow. So the heck is wrong with people? And then back to the girl anyway. Um, when I first asked her what was up, why are you ignoring me? Because I'm not joking on you now. I'm not joking on you. Like I'm not joking with you anymore, because you act like you can't take it. So what's going on? I've been like, I've stopped with being what you call mean, since you have so sensitive, which is something, think of the word sensitive, because it's gonna get is you're gonna see what I'm talking about. So I'm talking about like what caused this anyway. Like when I first asked her, why are you ignoring me? Because she has been ignoring me for a straight week. And the first day I noticed she was ignoring me, and I'm like, what's up? Like, we've been chilling, we were talking, we were good. What's going on? Like, and then she got all cryptic and said, you should know, you should remember off the top of your head. And just before then, we had gotten off school. No, wait a minute. No, excuse me. Yeah, ignored me for a week, and then she was like, "Oh, you should remember." It's like, first of all, like a day or two after, like, I was literally not even focused on it. It was just another time where I thought I was having fun, where I thought I was just able to chill with a couple people at the end of the day, because I have a rough, rocky beginning of the day all the time. So, of course, I'm not going to immediately just remember the whole thing. So, I was just like, what? How am I supposed to remember this off the top of my head again? Like, I'm not freestyling a rap. Like, I don't remember. I don't know what you're talking about. And then there was a guy next to me that I'm really cool with. I was like, "Yo, dude, you know what she's talking about? You know why she's mad at me?" He was like, "Nope." Like, she was mad at me for like she was mad at me for something and never said anything. But then a couple days later, It was over something stupid. So I noticed what he said about his experience with that, and I'm like, so it's gonna be something stupid. It better be a good reason as to why this girl was mad at me. Because if not, I'm about to yell at her. Like, and I'm not the type of person to yell at you, to disrespect you in any way. I'm actually the opposite. I am very well mannered. I shouldn't have to get into that when I said opposite. I shouldn't have to get into that much. Anyway, I was waiting a couple more days and a couple more days and a couple more days until the week then passed. And the next thing you know, today, oh no, not today, yesterday, I was wondering, yo, like, what's your problem? Like when she came over, said, "Can you sign my yearbook?" I'm like, I, oh my gosh, the face that I gave her was almost freaking priceless, freaking priceless. I tell you, I crap you not. The face, the face gave it all. Um, oh, I have to try to recreate the face. I'm gonna shine some light in my face real quick. So hold up, wait a minute. So the face, I had my arms crossed, so I'm gonna have the phone right here, and no, it's simply like this. Oh wait a minute. I was simply like this. Like, you didn't speak to me for an entire week, and you expected me to sign that yearbook? Nah, get on out of here. Like, that's, I played it rude because it was just like you sat there, you were mad, like, at me for an entire nearly a week, and then this is where she's like, but that's not the reason. So keep signing it, and I'm like, then then what is your reasoning for being mad at me, huh? Because you haven't said nothing about it. So what's your reasoning? And I already had an attitude. I was depressed through that whole freaking day beforehand. At the end of the day, I had to get some freaking crap, and from her mainly. So let me sit up for a second. And then the next thing you know, she told me, she was like, "Remember that time?" I'm like, "What time?" She's like, "When you called me that name." I'm like, "Oh, you talking about that time?" But then that time I mentioned, I spoke about it just before, not long ago. Um, it was very, very ignorant, but at the same time, I had good reasoning because she was yelling or something like that in the class. Like in the class, she kind of yelled. Like, this is my eighth period class, by the way. She yelled, like, not yell where the whole class could hear it, but just enough where the people, like, the whole class is kind of noisy, and we have a substitute for that. We had a substitute for the entirety of last month, so the room's kind of noisy, and then she is over there yelling, like, kind of nearly screaming, like, to the top of her lungs, like she always does for some spontaneous reason. And then the next thing you know, I'm like, "Yo, can you chill out, woman?" Like, I said it in a serious, but at the same time in a very calm way, where you can't be offended by that. If you are, then I'm sorry, but there is no way you should be offended by it. So she was like, you gotta learn how to mellow out on the screaming, woman. And that then she said, "I'm not a woman." And I said, "All right then, lady." And she's like, "I'm not a lady." I said, "Then how about girl?" She's like, "I'm not a girl," and that's why I called her something completely disrespectful. And that's when she got serious, walked out of the classroom without saying anything. I'm like, what? But at the moment, I didn't know what happened. Like, at the moment, like, I don't know why I didn't even understand what I did to offend her at the time. Like, at that moment, I did not know what I did to offend her. Like, I thought, I at first, like, I thought she just, like, had a serious face as if, like, you kind of rude. But when she walked out of the classroom, I thought she just walked out to get water or use the bathroom or see her sister or somebody that she knows around the hallway. So I'm like, I'm like talking to the dude next to me. His name starts with a Q, so I'm just gonna call him Q. I'm like, "Hey, yo, Q, yo, do you know what's going on here, man? Like, you know why she walked out of the classroom?" He was like, I can't remember exactly what he said. I think he said something like a maybe, a yes, or a no. I can't remember what he said. But that's when I got back to doing my work. And then ever since I started, then the next day afterwards, I think, I came to school, and then the next thing you know, um, I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then that because, and that's when she was like, "No, like I'm mad at you." I'm like, "For what reason?" But I didn't get that angry. I was just like, "What the heck?" Excuse me again. I was like, "What happened? What's the reasoning for this? What did I do? I want to know what I did." You know, like, but going on for a few days not talking to a dude and you just completely ignoring him when he says how are you, and you don't give a guy, if you look, I'm just gonna say this, if you look, if a guy offends you, and people like me, like when I'm joking sometimes, I don't necessarily remember all of my jokes unless you remind me. So like I remember that because at the moment that was hilarious. Like I didn't know that I offended her. Like I knew like she had a serious face on, so I know I kind of rubbed like I kind of just like the bruh face on, like bruh, like really. But then when she walked out of the classroom, I didn't know I offended her in any way. But beforehand, I was being nice. So I said, "Chill out, woman. You gotta chill out, mellow out on the voice tone, woman." And she was like, "I'm not a woman." I said, "All right then, lady." She was like, "I'm not a lady." And I said, "Then how about girl?" She's like, "I'm not a girl." Then this is where it just went out of my mouth right there because it was just like, okay, you're not gonna accept anything nice. How about I just start being rude now? And I was thinking about calling her a man because I made jokes about that, considering how hard she hits. But instead, I just said something completely rude, and that's when she had the bruh face and just walked straight out of the classroom. And that's when I was wondering, okay, like I found it kind of funny because I did at the time I didn't know what she walked out of the room for. I was just laughing at the face, not the fact that she walked out. Now, the reason why she walked out, I thought, dang, I've been stuck on this part way too long. Um, yeah, I just literally thought that she must have walked out to get a drink of water, go to the bathroom, leave kind of early. But no, it just turns out that the next couple days she's ignoring me, and I'm over saying hi, how you doing every now and then. Just yesterday, it, it it turns out that she was mad at me because of the name that I called her right then. So, and what was funny is that last week Q also called her the same name that I had called her to make her mad. But that's not my experience. I can't tell you much about that. But all right, how are we gonna put this? All right, so it turned out that it was because of that time I called her name, and I thought so that's why she walked out of the classroom and gave me that face. And you waited a few days just to tell me, days, and I felt evil. Like I felt like I could have literally went over there, screamed in her face with no remorse. Like me and her would have been screaming. Me and her would have probably been written up, legit, because I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't in the mood. It was like something just literally like it was not my day. Like it was like bad luck all the way through that. Like all the way through yesterday, it was bad luck for me. Bad luck. So I woke up, okay, that happened. And then the teacher came, and then she was asking what was up, and then she kind of told her why. And then the teacher said apologize. And I'm just like, no, I'm not apologizing. Like, because it was just like I was joking. But I didn't think of, if I had just simply thought I was being nice, but she didn't take compliments, so I simply just called her something rude. If I had thought about that, I would have probably made a better argument than I actually put up with. But I was so angry and so thinking about other stuff that I couldn't focus entirely on that. So, you know, I was just like, no, I'm not apologizing because I was just joking. It's not like I meant anything by it. And And then she was just like, just apologize. I'm like, you know what? If it makes you happy, I'm sorry. Like, and I was in a tone where I was actually about to yell at this girl. Like this is almost exactly how I sounded. I was, let me think. I was like, since it makes you happy, or look, I apologize. Okay, does that make you happy? Like, is that gonna make you happy? And then and that's when the teachers just simply said, girls are like she's sensitive or whatever. And I was, I in my mind, I gave it the laugh, and I'm just like, wait a minute. And I actually said this. I'm like I'm not sensitive. Like I'm one of the most sensitive guys you'll ever find around here. And then that's when the girl just said, uh-huh. And I gave her the look. And that's when we was getting ready to leave out around this time. And that's when the teacher just talked to me and stuff like that about, girls are sensitive or whatever. I was like, school the fact that girls are sensitive. Like, I was literally like, does that matter? Like, I was just joking with her, like, I'm not sensitive. Like, I'm sensitive too, and I'm a man. Like, she knows I was joking. There is no freaking way. Like me and her joke all the time, but now I know I can't joke with her anymore, just simply because I called her that name. Yes, I'm gonna admit I called her that, but I didn't think that offended her at the moment. Like I thought, like it kind of just irritated a bit, like annoyed her, or pushed her. I didn't think it was like it's just like almost like it just simply pushed her. It's not like I pushed her onto the freaking floor. Like, you get what I'm saying? So and then that's when she just spent this like freaking 10-minute talk about, the rest of it being about like she probably likes me or whatever. I'm like, that's not the freaking point. Like, if she like, I don't care if she likes me or not. Like, if she had just simply said something about if she had just said something about what I had said, and I'm telling you I don't remember, let me know so I could apologize to you up front. Because if you're not going to do that, I'm going to roll around like nothing's happened. So if you going to say, oh, yeah, you should remember it, it's off the top of your head. Boy, boy. Look, when I get off of school, I don't think about school at all. Literally. I remember what I learned, possibly. But I'm not going to remember every little fun thing or moment or whatever that happened in my school day. Like I can't keep track of every day. Like I'm a human camera. Like just or do camera videos in my head. No, I don't do that. No. Like, so that means I'm not going to remember every little thing that went on. So yeah, and then that's when she was like, the teacher was just I don't know, like, well, today I had no school today because 10th graders were taking in exams. 10th graders were taking exams, so you know. But she was over here saying she probably likes you, you just don't know it, or you're in denial. I'm like, no, the heck she don't. And if she does, eh, like, it was just like, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm very observant," or body language this, body language that. Like, I don't care if you was a spy from the government. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. You cannot sit there and observe my mood for the like. I don't know how long you've been here, but like, you are not gonna sit there and tell me that you observe. Tell me what someone else feels just by looking at how they interact with people. First of all, the way I chill with girls is completely different with how I do with boys, because, well, with dudes, because technically I don't like hanging around dudes because they there's something that, like, it's only a select few dudes that I will actually hang out with, but for a majority of them, can't hang out with none of them because they be talking about, I don't know, rap this all the time, like this new song that came out, or it's just like nobody wants to really get deep about life like that, or everybody's dealing with something, so you can't really talk to them. So it's just like there's there's only those there are only those few people who would actually sit by and actually listen. So I don't know. So yeah, like when I hang out with girls or whatever, basically how it is with me is I love chatting with girls. I love it because I have chemistry with them. Like literally, like that's why it seems like that's why people are so quick to ship me and another person. Like it happened before with me and another girl in about sixth grade, and it was simply because her and I were close friends, and and yeah, her and I were really freaking close, and her and I had a lot of we had good chemistry. And same thing was going on for a bit with the girl just from yesterday. And I would even make a crap ton of jokes about her stuff behind her back and in front of her face. In front, like behind her back though, was not like I was being mean, like bully or something like that. Like I would like make fun of her, but like I was joking. So it was, and then she was just like, "But yeah, but still, girls are sensitive, and you don't know how we're gonna take it." Like, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't care anymore, yo. Screw that fact now. I don't even care if girls are sensitive right now. Screw that. Look, I'm sensitive. Okay, what about the dudes? It's not like we're made of freaking steel and freaking oil or whatever. I'm not a freaking car. I'm not a freaking robot. I have feelings too. And the whole thing went on a little bit. Like it was going on for 10 minutes. And I was just like, yo, so you mean to tell me that what you just got out of this is she probably liked you, or like it's just like I don't care. I could care less. And then she was like, the girls, when something offends them, they keep it to themselves for a while. Like it's like, okay, I'm like, I just sat there like, you know what? I'm just simply gonna sit here and listen. That's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to do is sit here and listen because this ain't gonna stop eventually. So if she decides to talk to me, I swear on it. I swear with two half-eaten erasers and a goddamn broken pencil that's all the way screwed up. I swear on that I will literally start being rude to her. Or I'm just gonna completely ignore it. Either one, it really doesn't matter because it's just like you spent like 4 days, 3 days, not telling me why you were mad at me, and so that just showed me you can't chill with girls in school, man. I can't chill with girls in school. I really can't. When you get comfortable, it's like you have to get right back up. And when you feel like when you're standing up the whole time, it's like relax a little bit. It, it's it's like when I'm like this, nothing goes like this for me. It's like this. So it's like bad timing for everything, no matter what I do in school. So it's just like, you know what? Why don't I just sit back? This is why I literally freaking isolate myself from people and don't talk to people because people cannot take what I have to say lightly. Like, if I'm gonna be real with you, look, and I'm just gonna say this to all of you too, even like YouTube, just the world in general. Like, just watch what you say to people because sometimes people, like a lot of the time, especially nowadays, people are not going to take it lightly at all. So you literally have to watch everything you say and just you better hope it comes out right and plan for it to come out right, something, because it's freaking hilarious, man. It really is. It all started from one joke, and I don't even know. And I heard from Q that she told the principal about something. So I don't know if it was about me or about him. and then what the name was that we both called her on different occasions. And then there was one time where she was dressing, she dressed in a shirt like that kind of showed a little bit of the cleavage area. And then that's where Q told me that that day that she was wearing that kind of revealing shirt. That's when he kind of made fun of her for it and called her that word. And it was just like, yo, my dude, you gotta be freaking joking me. Like when I do something nice, it goes bad. When I do something nice, it goes bad. When I do something bad, it just gets worse. It's like you could have just relaxed. So yeah, that it just makes you know I no longer feel depressed anymore right now. I'm probably gonna be back to feeling depressed as soon as I get done streaming because but I guess that's really how I feel about stuff. You know what I mean? That's all I could really say. Oh my gosh, that's funny to me because people like one time in art class, I uh I was talking about something with another guy in my art class, my seventh period, and the next thing you know, I said something, and um, and then the guy that I was talking to next to me, he said something. He asked me a question, and I'm like, people are fragile enough. People are so fragile that they can't take constructive criticism. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, my dude, you gotta be freaking joking me. You gotta be. You gotta be joking. Please tell me you're freaking joking. But people just act retarded for the most part. Like, and I don't mean to make fun of people who actually have the brain damage or whatever. Like, but people just act really, really clueless. Like, so basically, I got in trouble for that, and I had to sit through a talk that I wasn't willing to really go through, but I guess I survived. I could say, um, but yeah, you know that was nuts. I just literally spent a whole like 40 something minutes speaking about this because this whole freaking situation was freaking retarded. It was really freaking nuts for no absolute reason. It really was. It really was nuts for no reason. So it's just like this. Next time, I just have to learn. Don't talk to her, and if she just start talking or whatever, just start being ignorant. Just start being ignorant because the bad part is what makes this all hilarious, but at the same time really sad at the same time. Is that I'm not ever a mean person. I'm too nice. I am so nice that I won't even get mad at you. I will inflict all of that hatred on myself. I feel like that's kind of nice, I guess, if you count that. It sounds weird or whatever, but it's just I'm so nice that I will barely get mad at you. Or if I'm gonna get ready and break down in tears, I won't show it. I just take it all out on myself. Simply because it's just like if only I never interacted with you in the first place, I could have prevented it. And I was just too blind, and I feel like I made one of the hugest mistakes in my life, and that just keeps happening. That's why I put everything on myself and not on other people because it's just like I'm not about to sit here and hold people accountable for what happens to me, if you get what I mean. Like I'm not about to sit here and like I was taught to be accountable for my own mistakes, and I feel like I keep making mistakes. So I'm gonna put everything on myself, and that's too stressful to go through. I don't know how to relax or just let it go because some things just stick with me, and it when it lingers with you for years of being in school, you know, it's it's really complicated. You begin to hate yourself for no absolute reason, you know. And my excuse for it is because I'm nice, I'm too nice, I'm too forgiving. When people just simply ask for forgiveness and they keep hurting me, I don't know how to say no to people eventually until I get tired of it. And it depends on the type of person you are. But like if you're nice to me, like after a bit and then you apologize or whatever, it's just like this. You're good. Okay. Look, that was yesterday. We're gonna try to start it. Look, that was yesterday. We're gonna try to focus on today and what lies in the future. But it keeps happening. So I have to learn how to this is why I stay like this instead of like this. So I hope you do understand that to some form or fashion. And that's why it's freaking hilarious. That's why that's why I haven't been doing making good YouTube videos lately because just because I haven't been feeling well. I haven't been feeling like myself. If only I found like if only there was some way where I could actually be able to let things some way where I could just let things go. I could just be able to let it all out. Let it all out at once. Just let it out. Like one huge roar and then it keeps going. Like I want to be able to just let it out. But I cannot. Until I find a way for that, I'm just gonna keep making mistakes. I'm not a perfect person, and we definitely don't live in a perfect world. So I'm just trying to make the best of it. I'm really too young to be going through this right now. I don't think I deserve this, but if it's gonna keep happening, there's obviously something I'm doing wrong, and I am going to deserve it up until I find out if is there something wrong with me or it's all in here. That's all I could say for the most part. It's all in here. It's all in there. So I give other people advice, but I cannot live up to it myself. That's because I rush into things when things needn't to be rushed into. They shouldn't be rushed into. But when I have an opportunity and only have one chance, I literally slack off and I miss the opportunity. And it's just like life is not really gonna go well for me, is it? It really isn't. Excuse me. So people, I'm going to be real and say this. Choose when to fight your battles and at the same time just think it through, but at the same time don't overthink. Because when you overthink like I do, I just think about everything. I think about life. I'm thinking about my family. I'm thinking about uh other, I guess, other families. I'm sitting there thinking about freaking just people. You know what I mean? And that's all I ever do. I sit there and think about people every day. That's why I make my YouTube videos. I started this where I thought it was going to be a recreational thing, but I grew to kind of like it, and it became my hobby. And ever since, yeah, a lot of the time, man, honestly, I don't ever feel important. What makes me important is knowing that other people can make a difference, and knowing that I can be able to help people is probably what makes me feel important a lot of the time. And that's why I think so much in school. Like, I can't help it. Like, I literally can't because, like, I'm learning to get out of it, but at the same time, it's like something won't let me. So when I try to do things, it doesn't roll around like how I feel like it should. Like, I'm not saying control my life, but at the same time, just like like dang, there's gotta be some way to describe it. Like, I don't know. Like, when I try to do certain things, things just spiral out of control or go out of proportion. And when I noticed that I didn't do anything wrong, I just there's that one feeling that's just like I had to have done something wrong. You know, I sit there, you know, every day, as I mentioned before. I think about family, and I think about friends. I think about equality. I think about the world being able to, hopefully being able to combine as one instead of just being a planet. We can be a united planet. Like, the world, instead of it just being the world, just spread out pieces, just one big like atmosphere. It could just simply be one combined, conjoint ecosystem where everybody is working together and everybody is able to contribute to another's life. And where instead of me, or instead of others who feel like me, instead of sitting in their house having to talk about stuff like this or whatever, you could be able to go out there and make a freaking difference. Go out there and just, even if it takes, you being able to work at the age of 14. That's what I really want to do, be able to work. But I'm too young to work. So I gotta probably wait a good 2 more years. And being able to, like, and I just have this dream about a united world where even I could just be able to walk and I have some money. I can actually be able to just hand a homeless person money. Even if it's just like $2 or $10. I want to be able to make somebody's day. If it takes making these videos to get to where I want to be, or doing this, but something else on the side, like school or whatever, to try to push forth my poetry and my ability to make videos like this, to them to make a difference, then if that's what it takes, that's what I'll do. That's exactly what I'll do to get there. Like, it's not that I'm going to do any all crazy thing. No, I'm not about crazy. I mean, I take risks, but I'm not a super huge risk taker. There's limits for me. So, you know, for me, it's just all about others. And because of focusing so hard on other people other than myself, I literally cannot find the time for myself. I don't know how to make myself happy. Uh, just to keep I don't know how to really keep myself calm. What keeps me calm is seeing the smiles on everybody's faces, and knowing that they're okay and that they'll be able to live another day, breathe another day, live the next few years, and hopefully still be able to see them again on the street. I don't care if you're a stranger, if you're my teacher, if you're my brother, my sister, my parent, if I don't know if you have some sort of relationship with me or not. If I walk down the street and see you down the street, I do hope that I will see you again the next day, or somewhere sometime soon, just to know that, yeah, you're still living, you're still breathing, you're good. You know what I mean? It's a joy to see that people are alive and well. But when people take their lives for granted, people take their life for granted. That's the I can't. That's something I can't do anything about. You know what I mean? So When you try to understand the world, there is no understanding it. And the only way to understand it is to live in it, to be born in it, to live through it, and to basically move on from it. That's birth, life, and death. So, you know, I'm sorry. It sounds so dark or seems so depressing, but when you live, and it seems like growing up for most, like in your current age, at your current age, you notice that for most of the years you've grown up, you've basically been discouraged from people. Like my family are probably the only people that I'll ever have, whether or not we're in a tight spot or we're all separated. It doesn't really matter. At the same time, I'm gonna have to move out of my family's house or something like that, and I'm gonna have to learn to make do for myself. And that means possibly needing a partner from outside, somebody that I know, somebody I don't know. Try something new, meet new people, and that's where I'm afraid that everything's just gonna go wrong. you know like, yeah, my family, I shouldn't have to worry about anybody else, but I can't help it. I'm a very giving person. I'm a very generous person. I try to help people when needed, depending on the type of person you are. If you seem like you need it, I'll be over there and try to help as best as I can. But if you don't want the help, you're not going to get it. you know you're not going to get the help if you don't accept it. So and that's just basically kind of how I feel about certain things. And that's why I have to learn how to um keep myself well. But until everybody and everything is okay, I'm okay. And I feel like once I've achieved my life's goal, which is to be able to help people, to prevent people from making the biggest, the most drastic mistakes of their life, I'm good. And it doesn't really matter anybody tell me what anybody tells me. It really doesn't matter if they try to bring me down or whatever. That's that's the spirit that I'm gonna try to always maintain. And it is very hard uh to retain and to keep an optimistic personality when you're living in a world full of nothing but negativity and is trying to drag you in it. It's like the black hole trying to suck everything in. That's literally what it's like. So until I find a way to make myself calm, or I just find some way to make do with myself, to feel useful, then I can't, you know, do too much unless I'm just trying to help other people. And help so far, helping other people is not faring well for me. So I'm in a really, really bad zone, I guess I would put it as. And that's why I go to school. I I don't really talk to many people. It's not easy living in a complicated world. It's not easy live. You feel like you're trapped in your own head. Just feel like you feel like you don't have any room to roam in your own head because so much stuff is clouding it. And that's something that I'm gonna have to get. I've been used to. I've been used to isolating myself from people. I'm just so used to being done with everything. I'm so at just it, yesterday, like I mentioned earlier in the stream, I nearly broke down into tears trying to contain it for majority of the day. I nearly broke down in tears because I think of the bad stuff that has been going on with my school. Like, look, ever since I was what, six. I've technically been, me and my brother, to my twin brother, we've been bullied nonstop until we transferred to another school. Like, and I was the favorite up until 9 years old. Then we went to another school, and then we both got bullied. We were both treated like outcasts, and we couldn't stand it. So within 2 years, we left. No, wait, like 3 years actually. 3 years we left, and down where I'm living at now, uh, because I had to move out of where I was from with the last two schools. So, up here last year, last year in my eighth grade year, man, it was freaking horrible. Like, I felt like I was going through multiple panic attacks in the school. Like, I felt like people was exposing each other left and right. People spreading rumors. Just a lot of loud people, and I felt so shunned and isolated because of, like, people just didn't understand me, I guess. And that was my only year there, and I felt like it sucked to leave middle school, my last year of, how do I put years K through 8? Like, I could just say, I guess, uh what's the name, like, really, since grade school, really, like. So yeah, since really, like, my last year of grade school was gonna go that badly, so it was just like, you know what? I left on a really bad note, on a really bad, irking, stressful, traumatic note. So let's hope we can start this year. But no, when I start this year, I'm very freaking nervous. Okay, I literally do not know anybody that's in the room. I get used to it because then I think I'm not the only new kid in here. It's freaking, it's my first year of high school. Like, it, you know what I'm saying? So everybody's in here. Like, I'm thinking, wait a minute, everybody's in here is new too. Everybody in here, they're new too. So I can't be too nervous. And on my birthday, I went to an orientation. I went to an orientation on my birthday of the school, and I thought the school was huge enough. And from the outside, it looked like a college to me. And on the inside, everything just looked amazing. It was freaking huge. But it was two schools like in one this year, and so um yeah, and then just throughout then the next month, actually in September, a second week of school, I actually got to meet a really amazing girl. She we became, I guess, cool. And then 2 weeks after I met her, I got her number, and she left eventually. No, then the I think that day or the next day I called her, and I we were talking about homework, and then I don't know what came over me. I was talking way too freaking much, and when I came to school, I noticed that someone else had known about it, and I'm like, wait a minute, how does this guy know about it? Like, me and her were the only people on the phone call. But then you got to know, when you're in high school, the friend of my friend, like, the friend of my friend, we're all connected in a triangle. So that's when I just started to put two and two together. I'm like, wait a minute, she told him. Okay, it's cool. And then the next few phone calls we had, I was letting her, like, actually, I was chilling out afterwards. And off and on these phone calls, they would be okay. And the guy that she would tell, mutual friend, um, we would basically just kind of, I don't know, we would, ah, ah, basically just, I don't know, try to discuss life and all that. But then after a while, she literally had like nothing to say and didn't really want to talk much. So it was just like I'm talking like a lot of the time. And then I'm just starting to find out a lot more stuff that, that more, she just, I don't know. I'm not offended by it, but then at the same time, I kind of am when she's kind of going. Like I don't control people. That's one thing I'm going to get straight before I actually let y'all know. Like, I felt kind of offended because like you're kind of going behind my back. Like you're just basically telling. I mean, it's cool to talk about phone calls and stuff, but like after every little phone call, you telling somebody about it. I don't tell anybody about my phone calls really. Um, and then when you talk to people, you still have mutual friends, and you talk to them, and then eventually the girl that you're trying to possibly go out with, or just trying to get to know, and then eventually go out with, if you could do it. Um, if the girl that you have a crush on finds out about it, and then you're all mutual friends, it's like, yo, what the fuck? Y'all can't keep y'all mouth shut. Uh, and then it's just like one time I promised to send her money for 2 weeks in a row, and I cut my mom and the sister couldn't do it, and they agreed to help, but I guess stuff didn't go my way, and like this is a couple months later than the 2 weeks after the second time she asked for money. Uh, the 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 2 weeks after she was when she first started asking for money, like 2 weeks after she needed the money, whatever, she got kind of angry about it, and she was just like, you promised me that you would send it for 2 weeks in a row. I don't even know. I think I still got the message. I might have deleted it by now, but I was just whew. All right. So she was just like, you promised to send me the money like 2 weeks ago, and you still haven't sent it. So never mind, forget it. And I was like, you sure you still don't want me to send the money? And she was just like, yeah, just forget about it. I'm like, all right. And then this was on New Year's Day, like 2 weeks later. Then this is New Year's Day. Then me and her are talking, and no, we don't know. This is way before this. So this is somewhere around November, and then November, her friends start getting on her phone without freaking warning, and not knowing that, without possibly knowing that that her friend will be on the phone, and I would always have suspicion because I was just like, hello, and then I noticed somebody else is on the phone, and I noticed that it was someone else on the phone. And how I knew was because of how certain words are spelled, or like how it's just how people type. So if you notice my typing, I have very particular typing, like punctuations, basically just the right way to do it. I'm a very literate person. So, and I noticed that the typing was a little off. So I'm like, hello, is Anaya there? And then this friend of hers, she's like, she'll be here in a minute. She's in the back restroom right now. I'm like, okay. And she's like, how are you? I'm like, I'm good. How are you? She's like, I'm good. I'm like, okay. I was really trying to make it short because I'm like, first of all, this is freaking weird. So that's the first time it happened. And then it happened like probably two more times. I would probably say the third time, which is the 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 second of the two extra times. Um, on New Year's Day, on New Year's, her friends were there. It was freaking. It was 12 in the morning, 12:45 in the morning for me. It was in instance where she lives is an hour back. It's 11:45 at night for her. So it was getting kind of late, and me and her was kind of talking, and then her friend was there, and it was a little weird for me because it's just like I'm not kind of used to it. It's like if I'm on the phone to talk to you, I'm there for you only, and you know what I mean. And I don't really want anybody else to be involved in the conversation. So it's like if you and I talk, and yeah, of course, we're gonna have our own friends, but if it's somebody that you don't know just randomly pops up and say hi to you as if they know you, obviously you wouldn't. You like, wait a minute, what the freak? So that's like saying if one of you guys, like if I knew one of you guys personally, or just knew, if you knew someone personally, I'm just gonna say you guys, if you guys knew someone personally, and you guys are on the phone, and next thing you know, someone like one of their friends, but you don't know them, but it's one of their friends, the person that you're talking to, their friends who one of them who just randomly pops up to say hi to you, and then they just say my friend says hi. You're over here like, hi, like, we haven't met. I don't know you. Why? Uh, it's it's like putting two complete strangers. Excuse me. It's like putting two complete strangers in a room and with each other, and they don't know each other, and it's like, who are you? While the like where one's very enthusiastic about meeting, where one is enthusiastic about meeting the other one, and the other one's just sitting there like, oh, I don't really hi, I really don't talk to like strangers, like I don't talk to other people that I don't really know. I'm not too enthusiastic about meeting people. um and at one point, uh my friend, she was trying to hook me up with the friend that off and on pop her friend that would off and on pop and talk to me for some weird reason. She was trying to hook me up with her, and I'm like, no, uh, just no. So I don't. And then I also heard from a friend that I think it was the, s- the same girl that was trying to talk to me off and on for some weird reason. I'm just gonna call her. I'm just gonna say weird girl, I guess. Uh, look, I heard from a guy that that it was a little weirder on his side, if you know what I mean. Like some things just got weirder on his side, and I'm not gonna get into that because for like it's not my business to talk about. But at the same time, I don't know if what he said is true because you never know when people could be lying just to make it sound like they got it better than you, uh, or they haven't like So it's just like, you know what? Never mind, never mind. And yeah, and that's when yeah, during that time on New Year's Day, she basically ruined my New Year. My friend, I'm just gonna be blunt. I don't care if she sees this because she does know about my YouTube channel. Doesn't really watch my content anyway. I technically don't care about how I'm just gonna just say it's my channel. I do whatever I want with it, but not to offend you guys. But I'm just saying, she basically ruined my freaking New Year. Because when we were talking, her friend was on the phone for a bit, and I was, as I mentioned, and I was weirded out by it. Like I found it kind of strange because it's just like I'm not used to talking to people who have their friends in the background saying hi to a person they don't really know, and me not knowing who those people are, it feels weird. And you know what I mean? It's not a mutual friend that we have both met, or you know what I mean? So I find that very odd. So I had to tell her that um around when her friend was gone, her friends were gone or whatever, and uh I'm sorry, I'm just trying to remember this because this just really just messed my freaking head up when it happened. Uh, all right, so all right, and then when her friend went away and whatever, we was just talking like normal, and then I told her that one day, that it was kind of strange that her friend would just pop up on the phone. He just let me know when that happens, so that way, like, I like just let me know when she's gonna be by the phone. And she was like, "What? You don't like it?" I honestly, I'm gonna be real right now. No, the freak I didn't like it, son. No, I didn't. No, I freaking didn't like it because it's just like, first of all, you don't let me know somebody's gonna hop on your phone and talk to your friend. Like, what did you? Are you even supposed to be on my? Look. If I had a friend who's about to jump on my phone and talk to mine, I'll be like, first of all, my phone will be on me at all times. Secondly, if I did have to leave my phone, I'm like, yo, what's going on my freaking phone? You get what I mean? Not knowing, not, not know, like, I'm just gonna just, like, not knowing, like, just why would you want to get on somebody else's phone to talk to somebody else's friend? And like, uh, it's just weird. Like, like I want to, like, especially if you don't want to talk to them or if you don't really want to meet them, or like, it's just like, why would you want to talk to my friend, somebody that you don't know, and I don't know if you're possibly trying to hook up with that person. So it's just like, I mean, technically, you shouldn't care about it, but I would, knowing that it's like, first of all, why are you trying to hook up with my friend? Now, you can find your own person to hang out with or whatever, but that's not going to be fair to me or to anybody else that's involved in this. So that's just how I would be in that situation. So, and it seemed like she was okay with the fact that her friend hopped on her phone talking to somebody else, and it's just like, you gotta be joking. You have to be joking. And then and you know, when you deal with that bull crap, it was just like, you are able to let your friend, you're able to let your friend be on the phone, and wait, you were able to let you're okay with your friend hopping on your phone without your permission. And then your friend, when you're gone, your friend just hops on and starts talking to the friend that you knew, I guess, like another, for like the friend that you're talking to, and then you have one of your own personal, like, just another friend, and then they hop on your phone just to talk to the person that you were just talking to, like, not more than like 5 minutes ago. And then and then you happen to walk back in, and it's like, my friend says hi, like, are you okay? If I were you, and this goes for anybody else who might be going through the same problem, keep your phone on you at all times. Like, please, please keep your phone on you at all times, because you obviously are gonna, one of these years, if you haven't already had it happen to you, it's going to happen whether you like it or not. If you it depends whether or not you know how to avoid that situation, or you do avoid that situation to make sure it does not happen at any time. Just keep your phones on you, because if you got that one friend over there, like, that you're cool with, but at the same time you're talking to a girl or whatever, or whatever the case may be, don't let your friend hop on the phone. Don't leave your phone with him or her. It doesn't matter. Don't leave your phone with them, because they're going to possibly, you don't know what they're going to do with your phone without you looking. And then they're going to basically, possibly, it depends if you know your friend like that. People change. Some people are like that. If you don't have friends like that, then it doesn't apply to you, but you never know what could happen. If you're going to have that friend eventually is going to peep on your phone, or possibly start trying to play around, and just like, oh, I was playing around, and then just start texting the person that you were just talking to, that um and then um hmm, basically just start talking to your friend, like the person that you were talking to on the phone, and they possibly hook up, and you over here walking in. It's like walking in on your girl cheating on you. Walking in on your dude cheating on you, except that it's just like, you walk in, it's like, first of all, what in the actual freak are you doing on my freaking phone? Who gave you permission to be on my phone? If you didn't pay for it, keep your hands off of it before I will literally hurt your hands. Well, the way I am is like the way I would probably be, people would probably be worse than that. But the way I am is just like, look, if you don't keep your hands off my phone, you and I are gonna have problems. I'm not going to fight physically fight you over this. But I will back off from you for a while. Don't touch my phone. Don't mess around with any of my contacts. Because I never know if you could possibly be trying to insult one of my close people, like close friends or family members, pretending to be me and just being disrespectful. You could be trying to scam someone with my freaking phone. You could be trying to do illegal stuff on my phone. And if I get taken to jail for it, you and I are going to be fighting in a prison cell. So don't touch my phone. Like this is gonna be. I'm gonna say it really calmly too, because with the irritated sternness to it, because it's like you're on my phone. I never know what you could be doing. You're busy talking to a person that I don't know what you just feel like. Oh well, he talking to this person, or yeah, I'm just gonna go around and I'm just gonna sneak on his phone, and I'm gonna probably pretend like it's him and disrespect this person or be really really nasty, or something. Anything weird can happen, people. Anything freaking weird can happen. That's why I don't trust people with my stuff. That's why, even with my notebook, because I write poetry all day, every day. That's how I am. I write poetry all day, every day, and I draw stuff in there. I draw females, I draw dudes. I just love to freaking draw. And if you take my notebook, I'm going to run after you until you give my notebook back. And if you do anything to my notebook, we're gonna have the most serious of problems. It's going to be worse when it comes to a phone because that holds all my personal information. But even then, I'm most likely not going to have my personal information on the phone because that just for safety reasons, I wouldn't do it just for safety reasons. But this is why it's either good to have a backup phone or to keep your phone on you at all times. That's just going to be a life lesson for all y'all. And see how I had to mention that? It took me so long to mention all of that. That focuses into the depression too. So, I haven't been able to feel good for about myself for like the past 5 years, give or take. So, yeah, I've been stressing practically a lot. Not a good thing, but I'm trying to find some way to get out of it. It's not freaking easy, yo. Especially when you're just sitting there and you think about every living person. You feel like a lot of stuff you take the burden of everything onto your shoulders because you care so much for people and you want to do so much for them, but knowing that you can't do it because there are certain lines you can't cross. And when you can't cross those lines, you're literally restricted from doing what you could be doing to protect people. But there's a time and a place for everything, right? So, people, people, don't don't let anyone tell you that you cannot do anything. Don't let anyone sit there and tell you you'll never amount to anything. Because if you do, honestly, you're going to become no better than they are. And they most likely went through the same thing that you're going through. And they're just picking at you because they feel like they can and they don't have anything else to do with their life. So I'm gonna make a rap about that for you, just for you guys. I'm gonna make a rap about that. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the beat, and I'm gonna try to make my own beat, and I'm I'm gonna basically just rap about that, yo, because I'm seriously sick and tired of hearing the fact growing up in school, not now, you know, not last year, but just previous years before the last year, just before last year, I've had people tell me you'll not amount to anything. You can't do this. You can't do that. And you want to know what it's had me do? It some things. This is why I'm glad I found poetry. And on Wattpad, I'm going to try to join a poetry contest. I'm going to put in a story, and I have to put in at least a 5 chapter story. I could put in more chapters if I want, but I'm not doing more chapters because that just means more poems I have to write. That means it's gonna take me back into a depression, figuring out what I'm gonna write, what it is I'm writing about, and how I'm gonna write it. And just before the stream, I felt like I'd be going through writer's block the entire time. And knowing that tomorrow I'm actually going back to freaking school, I am not going to like it. Going to school is like post traumatic. It's like traumatic stress for me. Like it's literally like that. Like it's like the events from last year have carried over to this year, and the events from fifth grade leading all the way up to this year. It's like a never-ending chain so far of just before that even freaking kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. It's like a never-ending chain of favoritism until it ends in fifth grade, and that's where it's just like, yeah, me, yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna make sure Chrome and this twin brother are gonna make sure we're just gonna screw around with them and make them feel so bad that eventually they're gonna probably stress about this for the next 4 freaking years. And then at the same time, oh yeah, we're probably gonna keep doing this just to make sure they go through a whole bunch of bad stuff throughout the future, and then they gotta worry about stupid stuff like this, and then recount it back on them. So, but I don't blame them. You know, I don't blame them for wanting to pick on me. I blame myself. I blame myself entirely. I'm going to take the blame. And the reason for that is because everywhere I walk, everything I do, I will always find some way to interact with the wrong people and eventually get picked on. And I'm a diplomat. So no matter what I do, no matter what I do, like what I'm a very negotiative person. I'm a very negotiative person, which means I will sit there and try to talk you down and try to get you to not harm me or anybody I love. And if you're too like, that's why my twin brother's there around. Um, that's why my brother's around because he's the type of dude who'll knock some sense in my head. Whoa, whoops! Looks like the phone's out. Uh, yeah, I'm a very diplomatic person. I just try to be cool and friendly with everybody I come across. But people are there to remind me you can't be friendly with everybody you come across. Sometimes you have to make sometimes you have to make people understand where you're coming from because I'm forced to gain people's respect. But why should I have to fight if I do nothing wrong? It's like I'm fighting for being right. It's like I'm it's like just because I'm doing something right, that means I'm the one who has to put up my gun. Isn't it usually the wrong people who have to do bad things to get attention? In this case, it's like me having to fight to be right. I shouldn't have to fight to be right. I shouldn't have to fight. Um, you know what I mean? It's hard to explain. I shouldn't have to fight for something that people should already comprehend. So this is look, this is my tip for you guys. Don't get yourself into too many fights. This is one tip. Just don't get yourself in the battles. Don't get yourself in the fights that you know you can't win or that you probably won't win. Be smart and basically level out the playing field and depict everything. Don't depict everything off of a superhero or whatever you see other people do. Base it off of how you do, because at the end of the day, that's what helps you learn yourself. Depict everything. If you know that if you do one thing, it will get someone else's reaction, a certain reaction. Like, for example, if you know that when you do one certain thing, and it gets a bad reaction, don't do it. If you do one thing, if you do another and it gets a good reaction, keep doing it. But it all but then that's where the lines that's where black and white become gray. It's all about what you do that will get the good reactions and the bad reactions. So a lot of the time you will get bad reactions for doing something good that no one else around you will do. And if you're a bad person, you better change yourself real quick. You better change yourself real quick. Because if you're out there wasting your time bullying people, look, if you sit there for 6 to 8 hours of your school day bullying people, you are a loser. A loser. Because you waste less than half an entire day trying to make someone's life a living hell, literally. When you could be getting good grades, and if you are getting good grades, I don't know how you could live with yourself. Because, yeah, you're making your way out of it. But at the same time, it seems like you're being rewarded for picking on people and being able to get away with it. I know people like that. It's really freaking sad, yo. It really is. Wanna know why? Because life sucks. And I cannot accept for 1 minute that that's how people truly are. I can't. Now, that's how people truly are. I'm truly right to isolate myself. Don't get into any contact with anybody, good or bad. You wanna know why? Because at the end of the day, somebody has a rotten taste to them or a rotten smell with a very bitter taste. Life appears like a cake, but when you get a taste of it, it tastes so freaking nasty. You will want to spit it back out, but sometimes you gotta swallow it, swallow your pride, and keep going. That nasty piece of cake, you gotta swallow it. And you'll be like, but it looks so good. Yeah, because life is deceptive that way. That's exactly how it is. That's exactly what life is. So you better not let anybody tell you any different, man. I'm not trying to get anybody to go down a super dark path or a grim path, but I'm just saying, keep an eye out. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for the people that actually care about you. Like, don't do anything to yourself or anyone else that isn't worth losing people for. Look, look, don't 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 harm yourself. Don't do anything. Don't harm yourself. Don't harm anyone else. Because honestly, I'd rather you me just from experience, I would rather harm someone else than harm myself. But then at the end of the day, it turns on the opposite side. I'd rather harm myself than anyone else because I don't want to harm anyone else. I don't want to have to make the world understand where I'm coming from. I don't want to have to sit here for an hour and 45 minutes trying to discuss this. You know what I mean? I could have been on my computer still writing my poem for the contest, but because I haven't been on YouTube for so long and just I haven't been making the good videos like I have been. So just just um just keep calm and be careful for the people you hang around, man. Because go ahead, hang out with the drug dealers. Go ahead, hang out with the kids who smoke cigarettes around your way. Go ahead with the people who snort coke up all day and night, who be having parties constantly, up all night, eyes bloodshot red, like blood's gonna come out of their eyes or something. You can go ahead, hang out with those people who freaking throw bricks through people's windows, who shoot people's houses up, who go to freaking strip clubs when they're really young and fake with go in there with fake IDs. You can go ahead and do that if you want to. But just know it's gonna send your life so far down the wrong path. I haven't been through this, but I know of people. I don't know people, but I know of people with these experiences that I just now mentioned that yeah, I'm a very observant person when it comes to life. That's why I'm able to tell you so much stuff and like a lot of it I haven't even been through yet because I'm a very observant person. I'm not trying to get myself into anything. I'm not trying to get myself in anything stupid. That's why I do YouTube because it's a positive outlet for me, I feel like. Um so far it's the second only like it's one of my only ways to basically release myself. Like the one of the first way to release myself and the most important is writing my poetry and then uploading it to Wattpad, hoping that people see it. Because it's just like this. I write the truth. I speak the truth and nothing but the truth. I don't intend to lie to people. If I do, it's for a good reason, or at least what I think is a good reason. So I do hope every one of you guys, like if you're watching this, then I do hope you understand. Like I really do hope you guys understand, man, because it's not freaking easy. I don't think it's not gonna be easy for me. It's not gonna be any easier. In fact, it's just gonna get worse by the time I grow up. And like I said, I'm not gonna have any time for myself simply because I spend too much time worrying about people. So you know what? I'm just gonna worry about nobody. Eventually, I'm not even gonna worry about myself anymore because I've built my life over caring for other people. And in Discord, the servers that I'm in, every single one of those people that are there, knowing them or not, they're my family. Everybody on this earth I see is family because we're all the same people, same species. We're human. We're all people, right? We go through the same everyday problems. We all can relate somehow, right? We there is there is nothing that one of us can't do. There is look, there is one thing. If there's one look, if somebody can do something, I can do something. If I was a bad person and had a very negative mindset, if I if somebody can commit crimes and do arson, become an arsonist or freaking freeze people to death or do the worst of crimes, if somebody could do that, I could do it. But I don't. I won't because I choose not to because I know the line between right and wrong. I know. So I know how hard that is. I know how hard it is to go through life contemplating whether or not Should I do the right thing or the wrong thing? And then it's all about knowing what is right, what is wrong, what is anything really. I have the simple answer: learning from others. Learning from others is the answer to all of that. To the wrong thing, to the bad thing. And every mistake that we make, we learn more and do better. But every mistake I make, it seems like nothing gets better. And I'm sorry, guys, for I'm truly sorry, guys. If I'm probably just a big complainer, but I'm being real here because this is what goes on. I'm being real with you. This is what goes on in my head. This is what's going on behind, Gara reactions and freaking gameplays and all the other stuff I've been doing on the channel for the past almost a year now. That's more than this YouTube channel. This is more than what you see on the channel. I want you to be able to get to know the actual me. That it's more than just fun and games. There is a reason behind every move I make. Every reason, even no reason is a reason. If you say, "What are you doing this for?" No reason. That's still a reason to do something, right? That's still obviously a reason. So no matter what you do, if you feel like doing it just because you felt like it, that's still a reason, a petty reason, but a reason nonetheless. So people out there in the world, man, y'all better get y'all stuff together and just don't. If you're gonna make somebody else's life, it's a living heck. You're doing it to yourself too. You do unto others, you do unto yourself too. Okay, so it karma. What goes around comes around, fool. So if you're gonna spend your time bullying people in school, you're gonna be bullied in high school, or you're gonna be peer pressure when you grow up. I'm sure of it. I don't wish that upon anybody, but it's gonna happen whether or not you. It's gonna happen whether or not you like it. You know. So hopefully, I'll be rewarded for the good deeds that I have done, committed. I guess because I was raised to be a nice guy. But sometimes when you gotta get mean, you gotta put on your mean face. So if anyone's ever mean to you, don't be mean back on the instant. Like, don't be mean as soon as they get mean. Because look, if you let them break you down, crack the shell of what is supposed to be the amazing, beautiful you that you are, people are just gonna break you down and they're gonna gnaw on it. It's like your weakness is what attracts them to you. So the more you show it, addicted, they become off it and want more. They want to see more. They want more of it. Don't let anyone, don't be weak. Don't be weak minded. Okay? Don't be going out there trying to do stuff that other people are doing. Don't do stuff. Okay? Don't do stuff simply. Just don't do anything that's gonna get you in trouble. Get you in trouble. And yeah, don't do anything that's going to get you in trouble with your parents, with your friends, with the law. Just learn your boundaries. You know what I mean? Know your boundaries because there's boundaries for everything. It sucks to say, like school, as I said before, you can't stop bullying even if you wanted to now, because my teachers, it's high school, and of course, you're gonna have a more sterner approach. But see, I want to become a teacher and a guidance counselor. And that means simply being passionate, be loving your job. As hard as it's going to be, you keep moving, you love that job. Don't sit there, work, dictate, and leave. Don't come there, work, dictate, leave. Okay? Work and dictate. That's not what you're there to do. You're there to work. And if you want it to work there, you got to be passionate with how you're working. Don't half do it. That's not going to get you anywhere. That's like saying, that's like asking for half a paycheck. It's probably not even enough to pay your own rent. So the only option is do the work, do it fully. And if you're going to be working in a certain job, it better be a job you like, a job that you're looking for, something that you know that you're suited for, and something that you know you're able to do, and something that you think you'll tolerate. Don't do anything too much that's out. Don't do anything that's a little outlandish for your taste, as I would say, or uh too outside of your bubble, outside of your box. I don't know how to really explain it, but yeah, you get what I mean though. Like, you know, you see all this stuff that the time that I've spent trying to tell you guys this. That's what I think about. That's how much I think about stuff. Okay, so you guys need to understand how much I care for people, for every single person on this earth. I care about. That's a huge, 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 huge thing to carry on my shoulders. But I'm willing to make a difference, and I'm tired of sitting here not being able to do what I do best, is to try to help people, to make my poetry, to sit here and make YouTube videos, to go to school and get good grades. This year, my grades are lower than any other year I've been in school. I'm still passing, but these are more lower grades than I have ever gotten in my entire year of school. Like I said, with a little bit of home stuff on the side, but that's not even important. What's important is the outside world, you know. I've been told you can't change people. Of course I can't, but it's darn sure worth a try. So just stay strong, be you. Don't be anyone else. Okay? Be yourself. And I don't mean overdo it. If you see if you have a crush, this is for anyone who has a crush in school right now, because be yourself. Don't overdo it. Try to see what the girl likes. Get to know her first. And please don't be one of those players and do the idiot thing where you just be like, yo, when can I go? When can I get in your bed? No. Because that's just going to automatically make almost any girl walk away. Any girl walk away. I haven't done it, but it's hilarious how stupid the attempt is to do that. I think I've seen movies where they do that. I've heard stories from people, like close people that I know, who have done that and got turned down miserably. So, yeah, that's, I guess I could say that's basically how it happened, because people gonna act stupid, thinking they're gonna get some. Well, you ain't gonna get some without getting some personality and some of intelligence first. I'm an intelligence person, but I'm also an appearance person. So I'm not gonna kind of just give what I like away, because what I like that is not important. It's just, yeah, it's good to find a beautiful girl or some and what you think is beautiful, but go for here too. Okay, don't look for here, because because I have a feeling that in school one of these days, or probably people used to, people probably do now in my school, like, or anywhere, like, soon as first look at me, oh, he's probably a loser who has nothing to do with his life. You don't know that until you've known me. and I do have a life. It's just I don't do much with it because there's not really much for me to do. I mean, I sit here in my house, I commune with my family often. I sit here on my computer trying to work, as I call it, because I'm making videos and doing other stuff. Important, I feel like something to keep my mind stimulated, because if I'm sitting there bored out of my mind, I will literally start stressing intensely because I just think about a lot of things. I have a huge head. I don't have a huge head for no reason. I'm intelligent. I'm not one of the smartest people in the world. I'm nowhere near that level, but I'm pretty goddamn smart. But I just feel like a dumb person because everywhere I walk, I feel like I get myself into the wrong thing with people. And not knowing what you get yourself into is probably the most biggest mistake you'll ever make, which is why I isolate myself, because it's like you don't know. You could know a person for 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. It doesn't matter. You can know a person for a freaking 150 years, and eventually something is going to freaking pop up. But unless you really trust them, and they really trust you, and you know it, they know it, you could feel the mutual bond going on there, then you would know they're not going to do anything. But the fear of rejection is freaking intense. That's why I don't hang around girls. That's why I can't find any really to really chill with, to really talk to on the phone. Because the one I do have to talk on the phone, that's the girl that I mentioned earlier. She just not the type, not the type of girl that I'd hang out with, and she does. Obviously, people are not going to care about what I have to say. You don't have to care. I could give less than two craps about what you have to say or how you feel about what I'm saying. But I'm just saying that I'm tired of hiding behind a shell. I really am tired of it. Because when you hide behind a shell, you're hiding you. Like that's where people just tend to just go ahead and say, "Oh yeah, I'm just going to sit here and underestimate you because you're just a retard. You look like a freaking nerdy retard." Then that discourages you all throughout your years of school. So you know, this is why, and I'm able to be myself around people. It depends. Like if it's with a girl or whatever, I as I get to know you, I become more and more comfortable, and I am very cool. I have a vibrant like how you see me now. It's almost completely different when I am joking or when I'm in a cool, vibrant mood. I have a vibe. I just feel so good. Like I feel like I'm at home. I'm able to relax. I could be able to kick back, enjoy myself, enjoy your company, and we're just able to go at it. I guess you know what I mean. Um, and just talk about a lot of things. But now my eyes are freaking feeling tired, yo, because knowing that in about an hour I'm gonna have to get some sleep for freaking school, and I hate school with the word. The hate is a strong word, and I am proud to use it for this situation. I don't like using the word hate, but this case, it's a god darn exception. Ow. Um. So yeah, guys, watch out for what you get yourselves into. Try not to make too many mistakes, because obviously we're only human, and we all know that we're human, but are you a person? Human is a name for our species. It's a class of some sort that signifies a species, a certain species that lives on a certain planet. Okay? Or earthlings, as we would be called possibly by other life forms, if there are any. But now, it, a person, you know what? Let me hold on. We're about to look this up right now. Hold up. Okay. A human is, and I quote, relating to or characteristic of people or human beings. Well, that's the adjective version of it, the noun. And that quote, a human being, especially a person, as distinguished from an animal or in science fiction, an alien, end quote. Now we're going to look up what a person is. I don't even know if I should just give my own definition of it. See, yup, there it is. A person, it's a more detailed version. A noun, a human being regarded as an individual, which means stating that you have some type of purpose, that you're here for a reason, that you mean something, that you have emotion, that something that gives you life as you know it. That drive that keeps you walking every day, to make you want to do something, to make you want to do the greatest thing for someone. It doesn't matter if you help, I don't know, someone get off their hitchhiking journey or whatever the case may be. It's the best thing you could do for a person. You know what I mean? It really is. And people will never understand that. And I'm really hoping that someone that I know will. I mean, some people, yes, but that's not really enough. We need more people like me, more people out there who will just sit back for a second, think, just sit back before they do something. Just think: am I about to do what I'm about to do right now? Is this the correct? Is this the correct thing to do? Is this something that I truly want to do? Is this something that I should do? And then, is this the right thing to do? Is there is this the way that I could go about it? Should I go about it this way, or should I go about it another way? Like, there's so much meaning behind meanings behind the meanings that are behind meanings. It's absurd. Like, I think about that all the freaking time. But yeah, nobody out here want to hear it. They want to hear the newest rap out there though, or whatever. Me, I just keep to myself, listen to music, don't really want to talk about it because I'm trying to find my own way to escape the harsh reality that we know as the scumbag named life. If only people knew and realized how hard everything is. Life is not easy, not one bit. So, you know, see all this stuff that I have been talking about the whole time, guys? That shows how passionate I am. That I actually have some sort of a soul. Some part of me is still there. Most of the time, I feel like I'm not the one walking. Most of the time, I don't feel like I'm the one walking. I can see everything. I remember what I'm doing. I can do everything, but I feel like it's just not me. It's me, but I'm not putting much effort into what I'm doing. Little to no effort. I want to be able to move and feel like everything I'm doing, I put effort into. Not feel like a useless person constantly, not feel discouraged constantly, not feeling like I can't do anything constantly, not feeling like I'm being ignored constantly, not feeling like I'm complaining for no reason constantly. Just feel like I don't want to keep feeling like I cannot. do anything for myself. I cannot do it. And I completely refuse to believe for 1 minute, for 1 second, that people are just rotten people. But then you never know what to believe until you freaking see it, you know? And it's just like religion. When some people question their religion, see, I'm not gonna really get into mine because it's really not that important. But um, you just let's see. I don't question my religion. I have faith in it, and I follow that faith, and I will never know what to believe until I see it. So sometimes, if you don't believe that there's good in someone or there's bad in someone, I'm not gonna say bad in someone because there's always gonna be bad in a little bit. There's always gonna be a little bit of bad in every person. But if you don't believe that there's good in people and just people that you know in general, whatever the case may be, just have faith. Have faith that if you know a bully that's constantly bullying you, don't try to hurt them back, okay? Because that's not going to solve anything but get you into more and more and more trouble. That's why if a bully was to sit there and push me, I'm not going to fight you back. Nope, I won't. Now, if you punch me in the face, give me a bruise, or I'm bleeding, maybe. But if you just simply push me, you don't really do anything to make me bleed or hurt me that much, then I'm just not gonna I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you back. It's not worth it because that's just gonna escalate the situation. I could already see it happening. Like there's just one guy in school. He'd be saying smart stuff up to me once in a while. He'd be making fun of my brother once in a while. Make just comes over there, start irritating people very often. But what do? I ignore it because at the end of the day, those 2 minutes that I would end up wasting on someone is 2 minutes of doing something completely different, something positive. Like I could be sitting there, I could be done writing the first half of a verse in 2 minutes. I could be I could just be getting done drawing the neck up in 2 minutes. I could be done like maybe 2 to 3 problems on easy homework within 2 minutes. I could be within a certain part, I could be past a certain part of a level within 2 minutes. I could do so many things within 2 minutes that doesn't involve me responding to that person, which shows that wasting 2 minutes on someone that's not even worth your time, that just shows that you're no better than they are when you respond to them, really. I ain't gonna say not much. I'm gonna say you're not better than them at all. Well, no one here is really better than anyone, are we? We're really not, but I'm just saying. So in this story from earlier about the girl and whatever, I wasn't going to apologize, but that wait, just don't mess with people when you don't catch them on an off day, or um just don't hide the truth from people that care about you. You know what I mean? Like don't like, or if you, this is what people around me don't know. If only people at my school knew this. If people I just personally knew, well, people I personally know is family, but other people I personally know, used to know. Those people in just the world, if only they knew, like people that know me, if only they knew how much I freaking care about them, man. If only they know. Like my heart is freaking humongous. I would literally sit there and take 5 bullets for someone because I care about them. I would risk myself getting bullied to stop that person from bullying another person because I can hold my own. I'm not about to sit here and let you pick on people who cannot help themselves. That's like harm. That's like you going across the street to bug a handicapped person about their condition. That's like you going to a mentally ill person or mentally. I'm not going to use the R word around for this topic, but just somebody who has mentally disabled. That's the word. You're not like that's like you going around and mess with a mentally disabled person about their condition. They're defenseless. You already won. That's not a fair fight, and I don't believe in unfair. I don't believe in unfair fights. See what I mean here? Any of you? Let me know if you do in the comment section. But that just shows what's going on up here. I stress about all of that every single day, nonstop. I have to listen to some music to calm me down. Have to write poetry to calm me down. I have to go to school and try not to. When I go to school, I would literally have to just start getting into zones where it's just like I'm not even there most of the time. But you see what I mean, people? When I say my heart is so huge, when I think about people, I think about strangers even. Just hoping I would go over there and see them across the street again one day. If I see you today, I hope I see you tomorrow safe and sound. I probably won't be looking for your face, but I'll be hoping that I would just see you across the street one day. I don't have to know you to care about you. I really don't. I just care about every single person that exists. Baby, a toddler, infant, kid, whatever. It doesn't matter what age you are. I care about people. May not seem like it though because I'm to myself, but I'm to myself because of the fact that I care about everybody too much. And nobody will be grateful for that. So if you're not going to be grateful for me being generous or you don't care about the fact that I care about you, then go ahead. Screw your own life up. You know, it would probably just be better off because that's just another mistake that I'll mark down on my own list. That's going to be marked down as another mistake that I've made on my own list. Caring about people too much, caring about certain people too much. When they prove me wrong, just made another mistake. I just made another enemy. So I just made another enemy. I didn't even know it. All right. Surprisingly, I've streamed for this long. Um, I just still have a lot more to say, but I think I've basically said enough for right now. I might make more of this into a video, because you see how I have to keep pausing in the middle of sentences to try to think, to try to burrow to the back of my own head, just to collect some thoughts, just to give it to you guys. You know what I mean? Because I care about my subscribers. I care about I care about all of you. I care about every person, as I said, every person that will ever exist, that has ever existed, and that does exist today. I just love everything. I care about everything, the natural balance of life. That's why I'm such a huge fan of the yin yang symbol. For those of you who do not know, I am a huge fan of the yin yang symbol. I am a huge fan of the yin yang symbol simply because of that. You got life, death, no, birth, death is what I would say. Birth, death. Um, you got light, dark. You got good and evil. Just stuff. stuff like that, you know, just simple stuff like that. Just the meaning. I delve deep for meanings within meanings. I don't know why. It's just the type of person I am, and I cannot help it. So, ah, goodness. So, up until the world is a better place for me to live in, or up until I get out of the school I'm in, I'll never be happy. Um, I'll never be happy. But I don't know. All I can say is, as long as I've got you guys, as long as I've got my best friend, my family, as long as I've got the whole just my entire family, that includes you guys, my subscribers and stuff like that. You're my family. That's why you're called the Chrozumaki clan. Um, as long as I got you all, there's literally nothing that can freaking stop me. But I gotta meet more people, which means more people freaking care about eventually. And when I meet someone, it's for some people, it's pretty freaking easy to not give a crap about anyone. And you could be so heartless. You could probably go up to a mentally disabled person. You would probably say, you cannot do anything for yourself. You are a horrible person because you will always be a failure because there's something blocking your mind and you cannot do anything about it. You think mentally disabled people, you think people who are handicapped can't do anything? That just proves how close minded you are, how small minded you are. That just proves that, just to put it bluntly, you're a dunce, you're a complete idiot, you're dumb, you're the retarded one in reality. You must have some type of mental disability in order to sit there and waste your time and mess with someone else when you could be doing something else better. You could be ordering pizza, you could be trying to freaking get a job. Even you could be doing anything, something positive, instead of messing with someone else. But instead, you choose to do something that you choose to make another person's life miserable. Like, what is it about someone else's life that you find so interesting? I'd like to know. I'd like to know. So, if someone else really got something to say about you, man, just ignore it. That's why if I ever get a dislike, I've gotten a few dislikes on a video, and like when people unsubscribe or whatever, I don't care because I'm still making content. I still got other subscribers. I still got other people who's gonna watch my content anyway. It's just like, if I'm not doing something that doesn't satisfy you on my property, on my channel, then you might as well just freaking leave. If you don't like the way I handle my own life, first of all, why is it affecting you? What I eat shouldn't make you crap. Shouldn't make you crap, man. You know, what I put in my stomach shouldn't make you feel nauseous, or shouldn't feel anything coming from it. Whatever I do, it should only affect me because I'm the one who made those choices. And if I make a certain choice, it doesn't matter. It could be on YouTube, it could be on Twitch, it could be out anywhere out in the real world, even. It could be on a video game, anything. I chose that choice. And whatever comes after it, I just have to deal with it. I that's all we can do. It's a part of it's a part of being human. And if you think strong men don't cry, if strong females just they don't show tears, they don't just show an emotional side, man, you're weak. You're not human. You're inhumane completely. You don't have a soul. You don't have a heart. You have a body. You probably have just this bit of a mind left in you, but you're just a cruel person if you don't believe that the strongest of people cry. I'm a very strong person. That's why I'm speaking about this right now. But I, I once in a while, I try not to show tears to just to show. I try not to cry to show people that you don't have to cry. Everything's gonna be all right. And at the end of the day, you still got somebody who cares. So, all right, that's gonna be it. I've basically just took over nearly 3 hours of or 2.5 hours of live streaming. I'm sorry if I wasted your time. All right, this is gonna be it for the stream, I guess. Um, if you guys liked it, we're gonna change the name of this, but the stream, by the way, is gonna be changed to something else by the time this is uploaded. Hopefully, something different. So guys, if you enjoyed it, give it a like. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section. And and last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to join the Chrozumaki clan to be notified of every video or stream coming from me. And and also if you do enjoy content like this and other content. So, it's been your futuristic Dragon Ball Z fighter Chrome. And I hope you got something out of that, like 2.5 hour, 2 hour and 25 minute message. Basically, I hope you got something out of that. Um, and I hope this encourages you somewhat to do something good and not screw up anyone else's lives or yours even. So, you know, I hope you guys do understand. Um, All right, it's your futuristic Dragon Ball Z Fighter Chrome, and I'll be back with a blast from the past. I love you all. Chrome signing out. Peace.